Here's the thing about logo threes, y'all. Logo threes do two things. Logo threes is a momentum booster. There's certain things in basketball that gives your team's energy. A huge dunk, right? That we don't have that in the women's game a lot, but a huge dunk feeds the team. A big block at the right moment feeds the team, and a big three, right? So those logo threes that she makes are momentum builders, but what they also are is fool's gold, because you can't just make momentum threes. Logo threes throughout the whole game. You're gonna start missing them. So it's like a superpower. When you making them and they going, great. But as soon as they start missing, they start hurting your team. So that's why she needs to add the midi, because you can't live off of just shooting logo threes the whole game. You can't live off that. Now again, I don't want to be one of those analysts that say something can't happen until it does, because that's typically what happens. People thought you couldn't win a championship playing the way Golden State plays until it happened, right? People thought that was you live by the three, you die by the three. But Golden State showed you can. So again, maybe CC is gonna be the first person in history to be able to shoot logo threes at an efficient enough rate where it does win you a championship, or it does win. But so far it hasn't happened. Right? Logo threes is great for your momentum. They're great morale boosters. They great because obviously it's difficult to guard. You standing so far back from the three, 9 times out of 10, unless somebody's up on you, nobody's guarding. So it's an open shot, but it's also a shot that you'll start missing eventually. So you want to work on other areas to be more effective. That's more consistent. Shots that'll be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? But I got to all your comments. Let me check out some of my notes. Let me see what I got here. I think I might have got to all my notes dealing with y'all though. Who this? We got a guest. We got a special guest. Mo 3, what's up, my brother?
Chilling.
What's good? What you got something on your mind, or you just want to have a conversation? What's good?
Yeah, I contemplated coming up a few times, but this last one that got me to come up was the Golden State thing, man. I'm tired of people saying that, man. Golden State didn't when they was during their championship run, they never led the league in 3 points attempted or made.
Okay.
It just seemed that way because Steph Curry was just such an efficient shooter. Remember all those years he was shooting close to 50% from three.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just to make it even bring the point home even more, even though he was shooting such a high percentage from three, he still took and made more 2-pointers than 3-pointers. When I'm talking about layups, I'm talking about jump shots.
Yeah.
He took more mid-range jump shots and just slightly outside the paint jump shots than he took threes.
To your point, Curry got one of the best floaters in the game.
Yeah. So it just seemed that way because he just was just so efficient. Yeah. And Klay Thompson was efficient too. You know what I'm saying? So you have two players that are so efficient at making threes. It just seemed like they were taking all these threes. It just that they was just making it. Because you look at
and to your point. Yeah, I won't cut you off. I was gonna add something, but I won't cut you off.
When you look at it, the total amount of threes they took, you're like, damn, they making 400 threes. So you'd assume they would be taking like the rest of the teams that for them to make 400 threes, they would have to take like 1,000 or something, or well over 1,000, like 1,200 threes.
Right.
But they're not. They're
They
just
they had a
good at
well
making.
balanced. To your point, they had a well balanced offense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
they
then
had a well
also,
balanced.
also to your point, Steph Curry, right? Who made the logo three or the half court three famous? He wasn't one of those championships by shooting a bunch of logo threes, right? He was one of them
No,
championships by, like you said, getting to the rim, shooting a floater. You know what I mean? Cutting, playing off ball, cutting, catching it, shooting the corner three, stuff like that. So
yeah, and the thing with another thing, I don't like the comparison when people compare CC to Steph because of the efficiency. Steph Curry was making was shooting well over 40% from logo threes. CC's not shooting nowhere near 40%, much less over 40% from
right,
logo threes.
right.
She's shooting like what, like 20 high 20s, maybe 30% from logo threes. I doubt she's even hitting 30% from logo threes.
That's a fact, man. As usual, all facts, man.
But yeah, with the hardship thing, I'm seeing like conflicting things. Like some places say it needs to be 9. Some places say it needs to be 10. They don't say 10, but they say at least 2 injured. So I'm assuming that's 10.
Yeah. Well, listen,
But then
whatever it is, like I said, because T did tell me that she corrected herself. So maybe it is 10. Maybe you can have 10 players, and as long as you got the 2 injured, you can still get the hardship. Cool.
but I only see that like 2 places. The majority of places say 9.
Yeah. And that's what I heard. You know, Carly Bell works for Marquee Sports, right? And she's one of the reporters that reports on the Sky. She's the one who said the information that I got, and that's what T actually sent me. T sent me the information from Carly Bell, but he told me that she corrected herself. So I'm like, listen, either way, it don't matter. I thought I had information that was accurate from Carly Bell. If she corrected herself, cool. Then we'll get it. I guess if let's just say you can have the 10, right? Then that means we just waiting on Mo Jeff to either play, which I prefer her to play, right? She's a veteran, or just to say she hurt and just sit down so we can bring somebody else in, and that's it.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like Glazing Angel. I mean, she had a good game. I'm not trying to say she didn't have a good game.
It was versus
But
Connecticut.
yeah, one is versus Connecticut, and two, that 2 for 7 is just. It's not even that she's 2 for 7. It's some of the shots that other than those 2 threes.
Yeah.
But you know what, you know what, I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah.
The reason I changed my mind is because she adapted.
Yeah.
She didn't just keep. Normally what she do is she'll just keep trying.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She was like, all right,
It ain't falling today.
I'm just yeah, it ain't falling. Because in total 7 shots, she missed 5. 2 of them was 3, so it's really only 3 bad shots.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say that I'm not mad at her because it happens sometimes. Because she said this. I don't know if you watched the post game press conference, but she said I was shooting it well and shoot around, but she said for some reason in the game it wasn't falling for me. So she just noticed that. She said, I'm happy, Mo. I'm happy she actually starting to shoot the ball. So that's all I can ask for. Your efficiency will come. Shoot the ball. Now, a couple of that 2 for 7, or at least one of them, I'm gonna say, because I seen this one specifically when she was driving to the rim and Nelson Adota blocked it. Angel got to add pump fakes to her game. I say it every week. I say
Yeah,
it all the time.
that's the play.
Because
That's
a
the main
block
play that
shot
had
is
me.
still a missed shot. Like that still counts as a miss
Yeah,
for you in the column. So you gotta, those blocks that people get is hurting your efficiency. So you gotta learn how to pump fake somebody and go up because they timing you now. Every time she go up, they just waiting. It's like a thing. It's almost like the whole league spoke. It was like just time a layup. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The film is out, man. Like she just keep doing the same thing.
Same
Now I'm like,
thing.
oh my
She
goodness,
gonna
like you're
learn.
not learning your lesson. But today, when I'm not now, I'm thinking about it. She did. I guess she learned a lesson today because she didn't keep doing it.
She didn't keep doing it, and
She
that was
cut
gonna
it
be
out. She cut it out.
right.
She cut it out. She was like, all right.
And that's the only other point I want to make, and I'm gonna shut up after this. I want to hear from you guys. The only other point I wanted to make the add on to what I just said is, and she said this also in the post game interview, and I want to give her credit for this. Sometimes when your shot is not falling, you got to find other ways to affect the game, and that's what she did. So yeah, she wasn't that efficient. Her shot wasn't falling, but she didn't let it affect her overall game, right? Like she still came out and played defense. She still got her rebound. She was able to get her other teammates involved. She still set good screens, right? She still did all the other things that you need to do to win game. And she, most importantly, and I think she realizing, like she did it last year, but I think she realized she got to do this every game now, even this year when she's struggling. She's the emotional leader. When she even if she's not affecting the box score, when she's coming out with that energy and doing all that, it fuels her teammates. So she got to come out with that energy. And I'm gonna land my plane there, so I can hear Mo 3. You say what you got to say, and I want to hear from Nate.
Oh, Nate up here. What's good, bro? Nate.
What's up with you? What's up?
Chilling.
Before y'all go, let me just get to these comments real quick. Jonathan Gonzalez says Curry also played defense too. He didn't win no championship. That's a fact.
Yeah, he's a very underrated defender, especially during those championship runs.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that. I say he's smart. I do. I ain't gonna never call Curry a defender though. You fucking down.
No, I said he was an underrated defender. I didn't say he was like the best defender there. I just said he was underrated because people give him a rating of like his defense is trash. But 3 out of those 5 years he led the 2 out of the 5 he led the league in steals and 3 out of 3. I'm just yeah. But
that's good. I mean, you can steal the ball.
It don't make you the best defender, but it doesn't make you a trash defender. You can't lead the league in steals 2+ years. 2 years.
AI led the league in steals before.
But listen what I'm saying. 3 years in a row. Listen what I'm saying though. AI led the league in steals 1 year. 3 years in a row he led the league. He led the league in steals two consecutive years, and then the third year he was second. I feel you. You can't be a trash defender doing that, bro. That's consistent. Right. 3 years in a row, that's consistent, man.
Okay, I feel you. I ain't gonna push back.
I'm not saying like he's the best defender. I'm not trying to make it seem like he's the best defender or a top tier defender, but people always say like his defense is garbage. They gotta hide him on defense and all this stuff. Yeah, they probably do it sometimes, but he can play D.
Got you. Fast says Siberian shoots logo threes at times, but she want to ring.
Sabrina.
Yeah, I think you're trying to say Sabrina. I was lost on that. Okay. Fast. She was shooting logo threes yesterday. Hot boy Coleon says Steph did not play defense like that. Golden State always hit him on defense. This is why LeBron hunted him for the last shot Kyrie made to win a championship. Okay. Hot Boy says, exactly. Steph is a way better shooter than Caitlin Clark. Way more efficient. Patricia says, it's below 10. I don't know what you mean is below 10, Patricia. Chicago.
Talking about the hardship.
Okay, so it's below 10. So we need 9 players. Got you. Thank you, Patricia. Chicago Cheetah says, congratulations to Angel Reese. Shout out to Angel Reese for the triple dub today. Patricia Burton says, Google it. It's below 10 players. Okay, so we got some more clarification on that. Newbie. Oh, yeah, thank you. I forgot. Yo, shout out to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the chat. I don't know if Mo 3 or Nate, y'all fathers, but shout out to y'all if y'all are. And everybody in the chat. You're a father, man. Shout out to you. Happy Father's Day.
How you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss Goody Two Shoes says Angel shot 2 threes and a mid-range shot. Okay. Hot Boy says, and she needs to eventually add a turnaround fadeaway. That's a fact. I've said that too. She needs to add that little fadeaway in the game to help her out, not get blocked so much. Miss Goody Two Shoes says 2 threes and 1 mid-range. Okay, I guess she corrected herself. She made 2. She missed 2 layups. And then Patricia Burton says he is a willing defender. Okay, I could go with he's a willing defender. I could go with that. What you got for me? Nate?
Well, I had a hot take. I didn't want to disturb the subject, but what y'all talking about?
I was just reading the comments.
Oh, okay. All right, so I want to comment on this whole article. I know everybody jumped on when Jeff P was like, we need Angel to be versatile and everything. And he was like, oh, he blaming Angel. I see it differently. Like I said, this is my opinion, but seeing how he moved, how he was bragging on Angel all up during the preseason and during the season, I don't see how people jump to the conclusion that he's blaming Angel. But okay. So my point of view is he was saying, hey, and since then, she's like playing a little differently. I feel he was like, hey, don't worry about, trying to play according to the vets and try to make everybody nice. You don't want to step on toes. This is your team. And she been playing like that ever since. It's like he was giving her the go ahead, like, man, skip everybody, skip what they talking about, and just do you. Like, be the versatile forward. Because even she said she was trying to figure out how he would want her to be versatile. What he talking about? Because she got used to being in the paint. Just the paint. And he was like, no, you can do so much more. Like, be the point forward. And she was like, I'm still learning it. So to me, it wasn't necessarily blaming her. It was saying, hey, we just need you to step up and just do you. Do what you're doing in, unrivaled. And just, these vets can't hit a play with you, not the other way around. Like, this is your squad. Go out there and do what you got to do. So that was my take on it. And he was like, hey, we just need more from her. Well, yeah, because, like you said, she had 5 good games, 5 bad games. She was like trying not to me, she was like playing like, I don't want to step on my toes. You need your shot. Should I pass here? I'm not going to pass here. Should I shoot? I'm not going to shoot. What's been happening since? She's like, all right, bet. I'm shooting it then. And he was like, man, go do you. Like, I don't know. When they was trying to come up all that happened in Indiana, a lot of people didn't comment on the fact when they was up there trying to approach her, and the reporter was like, the guy was like, nah, we ain't gonna ask you. She already answered that question. Jeff came and posted right there, folded his arms, like, what y'all got to say? He came and stood there right on support and was like, who said something about Angel? He was right there support. So I'm like, and then this.
Quick, hold on, because hold your. I want you to hold that thought. I just got to get to the super chat real quick. Shout out to CJ for the $5 super chat. He says another great listen, Brooke. I don't know what HVD is. He said HVD out. I don't know if y'all can help me out with HVD. I mean,
no
not V, HFD. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all can help me out. Happy Father's Day. Okay, I'm not a father. Thank you, CJ, bro. Thank you anyway. No, sir. Thank you anyway.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but I'm not a father yet. But definitely happy Father's Day though to everybody. So I'm assume that happy Father's Day just for the chat in general. So CJ says happy Father's Day to everyone.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat, CJ. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Now you said you had a source.
Right.
Like
so I'm gonna give credit to CEO Hayes at Chicago Sky Central. So he talked one of the assistant coaches from Chicago Sky last year, and Jeff did want Angel, but that's when you saw Teresa Weatherspoon was like, trust your board. He didn't think she would be there, and he's like, well, let's get this shooter let's go ahead and trade because Angela's not gonna be there. Let's get the girl that got a 13. And she's like, no, trust your board. He like, all right. And that's when they got her. And that's when they Washington selected Leah Edwards. She's like, I told you, trust your board. He's like, yeah, you're right. So he did want Angel. It's confirmed from the source. Like I said, COA talked to the assistant coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody want to hate Jeff. We hate him because Scott losing, Angel losing. Look, at some point, like we said, we got to critique Angel too. You know what I'm saying? She's been playing better and she's been playing her game. And at the same time, not her game. She had to learn how to play a different role. So he did want her, and that's from an actual source. You know what I'm saying? So I need people to get that out their head. People keep saying it, and it's literally factually not true. Because if he didn't want her, he would get rid of her. But I know, I think Duvall was saying she's basically untradeable, untouchable. I mean, technically she is. I mean, I say everybody can get traded. I mean, yeah, if you want to trade away like your entire finance, like Curry can get traded, but what's going to happen if that happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody getting fired. Like, why would you do that? That can happen, but why would you do it? So, you know what I'm saying? I see what he's saying. She literally is untradeable. So after I was agreeing with you, like, I agree Camilla would be the first one trade, but at the same time, I think they'll trade Kia, Rebecca, and Michaela and a future first, because they're not going to trade the Connecticut first. They're not trading that pick. And it's not a pick swap. They outright own Connecticut's first round pick this year. No, it was 2026. And then it's a pick swap for 2027 for the Mystics.
We got somebody new on the panel today. This is somebody who I always see in the comments, so I'm excited to hear their opinion and what they got to say on the panel. Everybody give a round of applause for Miss Goody Two Shoes.
Oh, she was on the show before, wasn't she?
Miss Goody Two Shoes, how you doing?
Hello. Everybody, hi chat.
So what's up? You got an opinion? What's your opinion, Miss Goody Two Shoes? You got something to say, or you just want to have a conversation?
Well, no, I was just going to respond to that, and I was going to say that doesn't make any sense because you don't make statements like that in the media.
Okay, you talking to Nate?
Right, the statements that Jeff made to the paper.
Right.
You don't make statements like that in the media. If you wanted Angel Reese to step up, go to Angel Reese and step up. If you want her to take shots and do her thing instead of passing to vets, you just tell Angel Reese. And then you go and tell those vets, hey, Angel Reese is the leader of the team, right? The reason I know that that's not true, that Angel Reese is the focus, is because this play style wasn't happening until Courtney Vandersloot got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
then
true.
His plan had to change.
Good point.
You can go online and there are clips of Kia Nurse looking off Camila Cardoso when she is unguarded under the rim.
She did that. I've noticed I haven't noticed that with Camilla, but I've noticed that with Angel. To your point, and I'm not going to cut you off, Ms. Goody, so I want you to continue. But to your point, I haven't said this yet because I didn't want to bring last year's stuff into this year. But I've seen, so far, I think we've seen, a lot of us seen Angel run down court, put her hand up, and they won't pass her the ball. But E. Willer coming, and she get the ball. She get the ball when she run down the lane. They get the ball to E. Will. But I'm going to give Angel some pushback, though. Because I even seen it tonight. The way Angel sails off, sometimes she want them to throw the ball over the defender, right? She'll sail off behind the defender, and that could cause a turnover. So I can understand why some people was hesitant to make that pass. So I think Angel need to just sail, put the defender behind her, and then put her hands up to make an easy pass. But I have noticed them look off Angel when Angel, because Angel will run down court, put a hand up, and she don't get that ball. But I've seen E. Will run and get that ball. So I've seen that. I know what you're talking about, Ms. Goody Two Shoes, but continue. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Sure. No, that's no problem. But I've seen it with Camilla. Mm-hmm. I have seen several plays. Camilla was unguarded under the basket, and Kia Nurse looked her off, tried to go down to the basket, and it resulted in a turnover. So the vets, before Courtney Vandersloot got injured, did not get the memo that this team was supposed to be following Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, right?
Hey,
The other thing is, you can't say that you need more from Angel Reese when you got guards shooting 0 of 8 from the field. That doesn't make any sense because the system that they're trying to run doesn't work if guards don't make the threes. One of the reasons why people are collapsing in the paint is because no teams respect the shooters.
shooters got to make shots though. I mean, they shoot. I mean, that's every team. Shooters got to make shots. They got to
Right.
shoot though. You can't. I
That's
mean,
true,
it's
but
sooner or later
my
it's got to
point
make
is
shots.
these people have been playing with Kia Nurse, Rachel Bannum, and Beck Allen for years, and they know that they're not a threat consistently. They know that. They know it's more likely than not, and this is based on the numbers. More likely than not, the guards are going to miss the shot. So you know what is a guaranteed bet? Angel Reese is going to get that rebound. So let me collapse on the paint. Rachel Bannum
Okay,
isn't a
so
star. There's a reason why she's only played in limited minutes. Kia Nurse, the same.
I mean, you
Beck
kind of proving
Allen.
my point. To be honest with you, proving my point. You literally
What
proving
point am
my
I
point.
proving?
You proving my point is the fact. Okay, you can say that, but I feel it was different. There's always tactics. You know, I've been in marketing. There's different tactics you use. So this year, it's like, we know what? I'm gonna put it out there, make sure everybody know. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't want to hear me in the locker room, y'all gonna hear me in the media. Hey, the boss, this is Angel's franchise. I want more from her, so you'll see more from her. I mean, you can tack, you may not like it, but guess what? It worked. You're gonna
But
put
the
the ball in
but the
Angel's
way
hands
but the
because
way to
Angel's gonna
show
get
the
it to
vets,
Camilla.
the way to show the vets is to put them on the bench when they do something that you don't like, and that doesn't happen.
Like I said, different tactics. Like I said, it's different tactics, and this
So
has
you
worked.
came to the media to say we need more from Angel Reese, and you're disappointed
Did it not work?
versus just
Did it
going.
not work? It
No,
worked,
this
didn't
is
it?
just what she's been doing.
No, but it is no, it's different because she wasn't playing like this at the beginning of the season. She wasn't. I mean, you can say differently,
I can
but
say a
I mean,
lot
the
of things. I'm not
stats
saying
say different.
everything is adding up where it's a rift between the coach and the
I
players,
mean,
or a
y'all want
rift
a riff.
between
I
the
mean,
players and in the
I don't
locker
see
room.
that. I see a new coach. I'm saying I see a new
I know you
coach,
don't
new
see. I'm saying
team, new
I know
players.
people that actually know.
I do too. I do too.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all though. Listening, y'all both sound like y'all got points. I'm not gonna lie. The Miss Goody Choo Choo's is
But
saying
there's no other GM that has come out and said that about their player, even when they're
right,
playing bad. So to
right,
say that that makes sense is ridiculous.
right.
It's
No,
not
so
ridiculous. So you saying my
this is how
opinion
I
is
hold
ridiculous and how
on, Nate,
tactics are?
Nate,
That
Come on
that
now.
is one in
hold on,
ten.
Miss Goody Choo. Let me just because let's have a conversation. Let's not argue, right? Um, to me, as a third party who doesn't have a source at all, y'all both are saying things that make sense. I'm not saying that 100% makes sense, right? But y'all both are saying things. So, for instance, when Nate says, because we all could interpret things a different way, right? We all could interpret things totally different ways. So when the way Nate said that he interprets it, what the GM said, I'd never thought about it like that. But it does. It's an interesting take. Regardless if he's right, Nate might be right, he might be wrong. But it's an interesting take. I was like, okay, I could see what Nate is saying, right? And then the same thing you're saying, though, Miss Goody Choo Shoes, makes sense too. Because I'm like, wait a minute, why? Like, what? If I am a GM, why would I go through the media to make a point to my play? You get what I'm saying? So it's like I do understand both of y'all points, and I'm saying again, without having a source and without really knowing what's, because none of us is in them locker rooms, none of us is in Jeff head, none of us know what's going on. All we could do is try to make sense out of what we see.
Sure, but
Y'all
Jeff has a
both are
pattern.
kind of making good points. That's all
But
I'm saying.
Jeff has a pattern,
Right.
What pattern is
right?
that?
This
Hold on,
isn't
hold
the
on.
first
Do me this
time.
favor. Hold on. Do me this favor. And this goes to both of y'all. Just don't over talk each other. I want to hear what both of y'all got to say, but like,
I'm gonna go on mute.
let each person get their point out and then respond.
But this isn't the first time Jeff has gone to the media about
Right.
what's happening in his locker room. So whether it's about Teaspoon,
Mhm.
Kennedy Carter, or whoever else,
Right.
he's always having some conversations about his personnel. with the media. There is no other GM in the WNBA. The Dallas is 1-9 right now, or 1-10, whatever. And Kurt Miller doesn't have any article out there saying, I need more from Paige. I need more from Enrique.
That's
They're
true.
not doing it.
That's true. Good point.
We've seen several hit pieces from Jeff where there's some information that ends up in the Chicago Sun-Times or the Chicago Tribune, and we're like, that's strange.
Mhm.
So he's the problem here. And here's the other thing.
I agree with that.